do from hubbing inventory or just-in-time delivery to that customer. But that expertise from the beginning of the process to the end is really the secret sauce of expertise that we help to deliver solutions to our customers through. And then the last piece comes really down to the sales and marketing organization leveraging the first two. How do we take all the good things we do and the capabilities we have and create a solution for our customers that's a little different than what our competition can offer? And that's, if we do our job right, what separates us, allows us to charge premium margin. So I talked about this a little bit already, but our value proposition. At the foundation, high quality, on-time, in-full delivery in environment or rapid change. That's the base. That's the foundation on which we have to operate our business. If we do that really well, we can separate ourselves from our competition. If we add to that our ability to design products that are either plastic or metal and deliver that to our customer, it's a better solution. Right now we're taking our expertise of operational excellence and adding our design and manufacturing excellence in plastics or metals. And ultimately, our highly differentiated value prop is when we integrate metals and plastics together. So many of you work on products every day, such as the rack back product that comes through here, where we're overmolding onto metal that we receive from Wisconsin, sending that back to Wisconsin. They're folding it and assembling it into a larger assembly that separates us. We have a new project coming through for a company called AFL, where plastics will be making 40 different components that we ship into Wisconsin to get integrated into a chassis for our biggest customer out of Mexico, who's now starting up both here and in Wisconsin. So this is what really gets me excited as a business. When we see more and more wins in this area, we know we're moving the business in the right direction. I won't go through this in detail, but this is really the toolbox on which we build custom solutions and deliver our custom solutions to our customers. Everything from prototyping on the far left to just-in-time supply chain solutions on the right. And it's important for everybody in the room to know that we don't necessarily go to market to our customers and sell supply chain solutions or assembly or plastic and metal manufacturing. We're really using this as a toolkit to design the solution for the customer and bring the elements of our capabilities together in a unique way to solve a unique customer problem. Last slide I'm going to hit on before John steps up is our full year 18 must-wins. These were shared in a meeting as we kicked off this year. These haven't changed, and this is at a corporate level. We need to empower our people if we're going to be successful. We need to consistently delight our customers. It doesn't mean we give them a yes every time they call. It doesn't mean we always delight them. It means we consistently delight them. Most of the time, we do what we can at every interaction to make our customers happy. We have to achieve our 10X results. 10X is a fancy way of saying we have to achieve our continuous improvement results. We have to get better every day is really what it means. We have to get better at what we do, whether it's throwing away less cardboard, doing a setup in a half hour less than we did it last week, the sales team closing one more deal than they did the month before. It's just all of our jobs to get better at what we do on a day-to-day basis. And then ultimately delivering on one Tenier, which is both an internal and an external promise. The external promise being regardless of what facility you use as a customer of ours or what service you receive, you experience the same experience from Tenier as the customer. And if you boil it down and in the spirit of simplicity, if you don't remember any of the four things that are must-wins for this year, I want you to remember the bottom sentence on here, which is really what we need to be doing is operating with a relentless focus on measurable continuous improvement, driving profitability and growth by offering a superior value prop to not only our customers but to our employees. And this is really important. And profitability is in green because since I've been here for the last 15 months or so, we've had a lot of conversations as an organization at the senior level and in the all-employee meetings about growth, and growth being the engine of this business. Well, we've done a really good job across all areas of our business putting the growth engine in place and starting to drive that growth. But what we haven't been focused on, and again, this is pointing at myself, not pointing at the room, we haven't been as focused on profitability in the organization. And that comes from a lot of areas. One is pricing. Is my team, the sales team and marketing team, driving value and pricing to the level we should be to extract the value for the service that we deliver to our customers? The other side of that is efficiencies. Are we operating as efficiently as we could from a cost perspective? The answer to both those questions is no. I've got work to do, the operations team in the organization has work to do to drive those things and improve those things continuously. John?
All right, we'll talk through some financial performance here of Q1, and on a monthly basis going forward. I'm guessing this is going to morph into a more monthly review of financials as well, just to keep everyone in the loop on how we're doing and change on the top line and bottom line in the organization. I think Brian mentioned it. Profitability and cash flow is honestly our number one and number two focus here for this fiscal year. So we think we do have the revenue streams to run the business. Now we just need to turn all those revenues into profits as best we can. So this is a quarterly look. So we come together as an executive team, meet with our board on a quarterly basis. So on a quarterly basis, we look at a few major items. How we're doing by a divisional level to budget, both top line and bottom line. So Brian mentioned we're doing well on the top line. TMD, for those that don't know the acronyms here, it's Tenier Metals Divisions, TPD is Tenier Plastics Division, and TMX is our Tenier Mexico Division, which is really soft tool sheet metal fabrication and assembly and painting right now. But overall for the quarter, so this is the quarter ended September 30th, the net sales in TMD was about $16.1 million. They're about $2 million themselves off of what their budgeted number for the first quarter was. Not necessarily a bad story. They weren't low on revenue because they didn't have the revenue to get out. They could not get it out. It was more of a human machine throughput capacity. So as Brian mentioned, the top line isn't as much as the numbers. In the metals division, we struggled with some of the operational excellence and throughput challenges. One, just finding enough headcount to work in the business is a distinct challenge right now. Just like in Colorado, it's even similar, if not more of a problem in western Wisconsin. They drove a EBITDA number, which is basically the Tenier's view of earnings, right? That you'll hear EBITDA used quite a bit. It's earnings before taxes, depreciation, amortization. It's really our scorecard, kind of our bottom line scorecard as we see it. The plastics division, about $4.7 million, slightly below what the quarterly revenues were, but still a solid quarter revenue-wise, as we knew there was a few customers that would either be delayed going into 2018 or non-existent going into 2018. So one of the large customers that we're counting on this year is not in the business anymore. And then as we know, one of our major customers here is just kicking off here in the last few months. Adjusted EBITDA, that's not a mistake, it actually rounded to zero for this quarter. The challenge here was different. I mean, it wasn't a terrible revenue quarter. It was actually just below what our budgeted or forecasted revenues were. The challenge was really in the cost structure here. It was people and machine and space, really underutilization is what it comes down to. And we'll talk more about that as we get into metrics. And on the Mexico side, sales at $2.2 million, a little bit below what their budgeted revenues were. That was really challenged by capacity as well, machine and space capacity constraints. And they put about $241,000 of the $2.1 million to the bottom line in their business. So their first true full profitable quarter in Mexico. So kind of an exciting time for Mexico. I guess overall as a company, we were off by about $2.5 million in revenues. So how that equates to, say, a budgeted number, we were hoping to do $2.5 million more than we got out the door in Q1. And we drove, sadly, about $2.1 million less in EBITDA than we hoped. So you can see there, it wasn't only a revenue problem, but it was also a spending problem in the first quarter. We're focusing on spending as well as getting the right capacity in the right areas to one, get the revenue out, and appropriately right-size each business.
So I think one comment I'll make on TPD, to go back.
Yep.
So you see adjusted EBITDA or earnings measure of zero. You see a negative for the net income in quarter one. You guys should all be proud that your first month into Q2, and the final numbers aren't in yet, but it's a break-even or made money for the first month of Q2. So the ship has turned around and it's going the right direction at this point, and both those numbers will be green for Q2 based on the trend line we're on. So congratulations and good work to start the second quarter.